when you have someone like Philly, do you feel as though like that ego that like comes to be after the fame and the money? Do you think there's something like
No, I think that they're like
them?
that. I think that
Like just like that.
I feel like I feel like people who have good character have good character. Shooting your shot on holiday, bitter or sweet?
I still wouldn't, but it's not bitter.
On holiday, I would. It's very much sweet. Then Ruta stands up on the bus. Use some common sense. Then Ruta stands up on the bus. Use some common sense. Have some common sense. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. What's up, guys? It's your girl Wintana, and I'm back with another episode. Guys, it has been a long one, okay? I'm actually exhausted. I thought I was the type of girl that could be outside. Obviously, this episode is coming off the back of Promiseland. If you know about Promiseland in Melbourne, in Australia, you know. I thought I was going to be a girl that's going to be outside. I thought I was going to be like, this was my summer to be out and cute and just being like, you know, taking in the summer vibes. But honestly, this whole trip took it out of me. It took it out of me. Like, honestly, I was out for a week.
You can hear it in my voice. Don't worry about it.
Let me introduce this week's guest. You know, I had to do a little recap with my girls. This week, guys, we have a very two special guests on the podcast. One person that has been here already. One person you guys know very, 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 very well. All right, drum roll, please. Drum roll. We have Rahel and Ruta on the pod today. Period. What's up, guys?
Period.
What up?
I was literally when you were like, I'm Wintana, I was gonna be like, and I'm Rahel.
Oh, see, that's
I
I was trying to build up the suspense and just like I'm just chatting my shit. You know what I mean? Rahel,
I'm here.
what's up? How does it feel to be back?
Oh, I'm having like deja vu in the best way.
Yeah.
I love this.
Does it feel different though? Because it's like,
Yeah, of course, though. I want to be on that chair.
Swap.
I should have got you the other one. I just wanted to make you guys match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ruta, how's the comeback?
I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit more nervous than last time. I felt like having Milena, Febin, all of us were sort of like in the same boat. Now
Why
I'm
are
just
you
like that.
nervous? I don't get it. Because
She's not on the like. I get it though. Like to be on a podcast is
but
like.
you're such a talker.
I'm such a talker in my like safe space. What do you mean? Even
What do
photos.
you mean? In any
even
space you're a
photos.
talker.
No.
Yeah, even photo shoot. But I
I'm
remember the
dying.
last time you did the podcast with us, and I was with me, and we were talking, and then you were like, once you got into it, you were into it.
Yeah,
It was just the
yeah,
start,
yeah.
the icebreaker.
The icebreaker is difficult.
Yeah, I know. It's
but
a
once
lot.
you like kind of forget that it's there and we're just having like conversation, it's just like talking to the girls. But at the same time, I know this is fucking here.
And you know there's people watching you.
Yeah.
To be fair though, this is like the most, I feel like doing an episode with my friends is the most comfortable like kind of podcast I do. Obviously, but you know what I mean? It's like the most organic, you're having your chats.
Yeah.
And
No
I just
pressure.
feel like there was no better episode to do after Promiseland with the girls.
Mm-hmm.
So how did we feel about the trip, guys? First of all, can we talk about like the whole being outside? And
I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
felt like Melbourne nightlife is kind of dull.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not that great.
yeah.
But going out there, I don't know if it was like a mental thing where I was sort of like, I'm just going to go and enjoy myself.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was that element
Yeah.
or I don't know what it was, but I just had such a fun time.
Same.
I didn't get sick from the alcohol. Well,
Yeah.
I'm sick as with the cold.
No.
But
Now, but
the
it doesn't matter now.
alcohol-
It actually doesn't matter.
Yeah,
'cause-
literally.
Yeah.
But like the drinking didn't fuck me up.
Yeah.
Like usually I'm like puking my entire like
Mind you,
being out.
tequila.
Yeah, like it just, vibes. Enjoyed.
What about you?
Yeah, same. I felt like I was like, I don't know, I just had energy to go out.
Yeah.
You know how usually you can't be fucked like actually going out? This time I was like ready every single night to like be outside. But I think it was like, I don't know, it kind of felt, I think it was the energy. I felt like everyone was
Yeah,
having
it was
a good
on the
time.
same.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like people were, I don't know, bored or like just really lit or
Yeah.
fighting or anything. It was just like
that's
good
true.
vibes all around.
around. Yeah.
Everyone was very friendly. Obviously, being around like so many other black people as well. The weather, you know, coming out of the festival.
Yeah.
It's just like
Imagine like 4 a.m. and it's still warm.
We were club rats. We were literally rats on that trip. Like, how
At
are
the
we
end of the
coming out and
day-
the sun is coming up with us? It was so.
when did we ever do that though? That never happened.
We never. That's why I was like, this
That's
is the
why you
best
have to
time.
enjoy.
And do you know what was actually what I was like? I was sitting there and I was like reflecting on it. You know what also made it really fun? The fact that everyone was like, it was all of the Africans across the country of Australia, like in the
West
one
is
Gold
fine.
Coast. But usually, like this type of vibe is when we go overseas. So
Yeah.
everyone is foreign.
Yeah.
This is just. These are like our people. Legitimately, everybody is Australian in this one place. It made it so like it's just like you can relate to the people out there. We're all kind of just like I've never experienced that.
Yeah.
Because we never have something like that where there's just that many like African black people just in one spot
Yeah. From all over.
from all over, but like the same place.
Yeah.
but looking to enjoy. Like it was actually like a fun time. Like you said, there's this like conception that when black people come together, there's fights, there's this, there's this. I know there was one incident that we were.
Where were we?
I remember when the Uber and the guy was like, "Oh, there was a stabbing that occurred in
yeah,
the
yeah,
morning."
yeah,
No. Other than that, I didn't hear a single thing. Didn't witness a single thing. Like, Rhythm uploaded a photo of like how packed
Oh
it
my
was outside, and
God.
still it was like
Yeah.
peaceful.
Yeah.
People just wanted to have a good time.
And people were though, like I didn't see anyone like I didn't hear about anyone getting rejected or not going in. It's like you're gonna find a spot.
Yeah.
There's eight events
So
that you can go
many
to.
things. Oh my
There's so
God.
many things. So it was so good. But like the other side of it was, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's age, but it was like I was seriously down out when we got back. Like I can't tell you. I feel like we got back on Monday. Well, we arrived on like Tuesday, like midnight.
Yeah.
So midnight. I got home by like 2 a.m. Then, you know, the next day I had like something to do. I was like working for the next 2 days. But it was just like, it wasn't like too crazy, but I just felt like, I don't know, it's like I couldn't get back into my routine. I was to the point where I was like falling asleep when I was out.
Oh no, I didn't have that.
I was so
You didn't have that?
No,
tired.
I slept for a good like 10 hours and then I was sweet.
Yeah, I didn't get, maybe that's, once I did that, I was okay. Like I needed 2 days to just restart.
When did we get back last Tuesday?
We got back on Tuesday.
Yeah, so that was a week ago.
Yeah.
I only feel like I'm better like
Now?
now.
That's
That's it,
insane.
yeah. That's like an extra. But I feel like by Saturday, I had I stayed in on
fine.
Saturday. And then Sunday, I was fine.
Yeah.
But it was so hard.
What do you mean? It was like back to back to back to back.
It was
Yeah.
like, we
Back to
didn't
back.
sleep.
What do you mean?
Our diet was tequila and chips.
Yeah.
Like, can we talk about that, please? I actually didn't want to shame us. But how are we four girls? Yeah.
Because that's
Women.
girl dinner. They
We
say
didn't
that's
even
what we
know. We were
eat.
like, let's go and let's buy groceries. Yeah.
That was mistake number one. The idea that we were gonna cook anything was step one mistake.
But even the fact that, we knew we weren't gonna cook. So it's like the fact that we knew we weren't gonna cook, we could have bought like
We just
things that matched. Like Ruta said the funniest thing we were out, and she's like, "We're like a cookie mart. We're literally like a 7-Eleven. You know what I mean? We just have items. We have no real food. We
just have items.
We just have items and bare snacks. You know what I mean? It's
it actually
and
filled up the
chips
counter.
and-
It actually filled up the counter.
How many packets of
Why
chips?
do we have 7 packets of chips?
But what's hilarious to me is, I swear to God, we had like 3 packets left, like halfway done.
Oh my god!
We're on the flight back, and I'm looking at Wintana like, fuck, should have bought the
Stupid. We're just
chips.
like fucking idiots. We're looking at each other because I'm like, I saw it. I remember coming back. We went out for dinner, and I just were cleaning up. I'm like, chuck this shit out. I'm sick and tired of looking at these. I can't physically eat one more
Yeah.
chip. Chuck it out. We get on the plane, and Ruta looks at me. They're coming with the cart with food. She's like, the chips, man. I was like, I know, it's so stupid.
We're just so like
Not serious.
not serious. But that's what's so funny. It just
So hilarious. As soon as we landed, I was like, "You're like, all right, let's go shopping." It's like, for what?
mind you, we have somewhere to be.
I know. We get
have
to
to
the
get to the
festival.
festival.
What time did we get there? Like, it's
Like halfway through Metro Boomin, because we were shopping for chips.
I'm actually dead. I'm dead. That was the funniest. That was probably like, that's actually a highlight for me.
Yeah.
That was so
For real.
funny.
Yeah, we did. We ate pizza one time.
We did eat pizza. We had pancakes one
Oh, we
morning.
had
That was good.
man.
This is what I was going to say. We actually killed it with the hydrolytes.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that was actually the
That was
smart. I've never
necessary.
done that before.
Really?
And Nurofen.
Yep. You can thank me.
Yeah, you killed that. Because I would never think to get.
Mind
do you do that?
Absolutely not.
Hydrolate? Yeah.
Nah. But I
Apparently,
knew
you're
we were gonna
supposed
get
to drink
fucked
it the night before, though. Like before you go to bed, you're supposed to have one big glass of
up.
it.
Yeah, that's what I did when I was on this Saturday. I did that only because I felt like you guys were just taking that shit.
Rahel and
none
Bethlehem.
left.
What are you talking
You had how many did you have?
joking?
How many did you have?
I had 3.
Yeah, we had like
I had
two.
one.
How much? How
No,
many?
there's
were
10
there?
in a packet.
No, I had two.
I had
Yeah,
3.
we had 2 each.
Okay.
Okay.
She had 3. You had 3.
You had 3. I accidentally chucked
had
hers
one
in the
a day.
bin. Like she had it on the table, and I'm thinking this was from like last night or something.
Oh,
so I was
a full
cleaning
one?
up. Yeah. So I just tipped it out and whatever. And then she's like, "Where's my drink?" I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, I remember that. I
And then
remember
had to
her
give her
walking
one.
around asking everyone where her drink was. But wait, I was gonna ask you as well. This summer, in general, like, do you see yourself outside like that? 'Cause
Yeah.
didn't we say that this summer is
know.
gonna be an outside summer?
Yeah. Did we say that last summer?
No, we didn't. I feel like we didn't. Last summer was so.
going on last
Someone told me that someone was like, last summer
Was it just dead in
we did it.
Oh, it was lit.
Someone said that to me, and I was like, I don't know if we had the same summer.
where was I?
Because where was I?
Literally,
I
where
was
were
in-
you?
I have no idea.
Where
No
were
idea.
we?
Where were we? I swear, I think Bittersweet would have just
No,
been
but it
like,
definitely like the Gold Coast did reignite like that sense of like I want to go out, I want to enjoy. It did do that. But am I optimistic on like what we have going on here?
Let's
I was
do
in
it.
Europe. I was in Europe. You guys were here.
No, that was the summer before.
No, was it? No, was it? No, yes, it was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, what the fuck happened?
I don't know what happened last
I feel like
summer.
we're just
Couldn't be bothered.
yeah.
I don't think anything crazy happened. I think it was like a pretty basic one. But this one, I kind of want to like see, you know what I mean? What's happening?
Yeah.
Because if this is how Australia can be, like I'm down to
Yeah.
down to be outside.
Yeah.
You know?
No, really.
I feel like it takes active effort to be outside.
It does.
You know?
It's a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to plant, not necessarily plant, but you have to find the
You
right
have to find
spots.
the right spot. And that's also a risk. And it's like just trial and error. I don't know, it's a lot, but anyways. Other than that, guys, I feel like we had a really like a good time. I
Yes.
mean, not even other than that. I think overall, would you go again?
I would honestly go again.
But is there a but?
Like there would have to be at least 1 or 2 artists that I'm like down for. Like a Willow Smith or something like that I'm really down for.
Ooh.
But the after parties alone,
Oh my god.
I
that's what I'm
would for the after parties alone. They were so fun.
That was like the biggest. I want to ask you guys pros and cons. That was like my pro, like the highest pro for me. Pros and cons of moving on. Pros and cons of the festival.
Is it starting with me?
Yeah, go Ruta, take it on.
Okay, con. Promiseland's GA VIP situation. That was feral. The shuttle bus.
Yo, the
That was
shuttle
like
bus.
on the last day.
Oh
on
my
the
God.
last day, trying to get onto that bus was like rabid animals, like
War.
like war, like actual war.
You
like
didn't see
They
that.
were just. They were trying to kill people. It was actually insane.
To get onto the
To
bus.
get onto the bus.
I need to put we need to put that
It
video.
was
Send me
so-
that video that you sent me.
It was like a third world country, like
It
like
was
India. You know
like-
those videos of like people getting on trains
Yeah.
on like in like Japan or like India, just like fighting to get on. It was just like that. And once I had sat down, I said this to Bethlehem. I was like, I swear to God, I'm too old for this. I swear on my life.
This
I
girl,
can't
she's
do
like,
this.
we're sitting there. First of all, the bus arrives. Yeah, there's one bus. There's like a million people on this, like waiting for the bus. Everybody's like trying to see where it's gonna stop, including me. I'm trying to see where's this bus gonna stop. You know what I mean?
Even Nadia
Because
Montana.
I've been waiting now for like 3 buses have gone by. First of all, like why are they sending one bus at a time? It just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Then we get there. And the bus, everyone's trying to get into. We finally got a bus. Yeah, the bus driver stops like right in front of us, and then we're trying to get in. These people are like Imagine like so many people coming to the door at once that the door's like jammed. You know what I mean? With people, Bethlehem's head is like getting smashed on the actual thing against the
Bus.
door, and we're going up. We're running. We finally get in. Mind you, it's kind of like you guys are the first in line. Why are you fighting like this? You're gonna get in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So we get in, whatever, and everyone's now trying to push in. It's like whoever could come in can get in, right? And the outside is full, inside is full. People are still trying to fight. People are fighting the bus driver. The bus driver is like so mesquite. He's just this small man, you know. Then Ruta stands up on the bus. Use some common sense. Have some common sense. You have no sense. Get off the bus.
I was so angry.
I've never seen her yell. I've never seen Bethlehem yell like that in my life when she was getting pushed on. These people shut their mouths and walked off. This girl's
Straight
going
up,
off.
they literally got off the
bus.
You don't understand that type of inconsideration.
Yeah, it was crazy.
We can't coexist in a society if you can't cooperate. The bus is full. There's nowhere to go. Then another bus is coming. Get the fuck off.
Yeah.
Like it actually
just
burned
wait.
my
You're not going to
being.
get on this one. It's crazy. It's crazy what people will do for a spot. It's actually like insane.
And then they start singing.
Then they start singing. The bus goes. Mind you, we get on the bus here. It was like actually a very traumatic experience. This was like a lot of shit that went down. And then we're just sitting there. Like I just felt like that was so overwhelming. I'm just going to sit. I'm going to be annoyed. People that got on there actually reflecting, laughing. Like I can't believe that shit happened. Then they start singing. The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round.
Bro, it sounded like gospel. It actually sounded, you know how like
Islanders have,
can sing,
they can
and
sing.
they were singing like gospel. Like I was, that
They were
kind of
having
made
the
me
time
laugh.
of their lives. Like we didn't just go to war. Like we weren't just fighting for our lives to get on this bus. Everyone was like, anyway, you know. It was so crazy. So it was like, that was definitely another con actually. The mosh pit. I think men need to understand how
levels.
to exist around women. Simple. Like you can't be starting a rave, a mosh pit right next to a group of women.
No, they'll mosh to anything. That's my issue. You're moshing to anything.
To George Smith.
Yeah,
You're moshing to
moshing
George
to
Smith.
anything, mate. Relax.
They got the bottles out, water going, this, that. I'm like, you guys actually killed the vibe. You killed the vibe. That was so annoying. And it's just like I had that happening. So I'm moving closer, and then I've got this couple like literally grinding on me. This girl was like humping on me. I'm like, babe, time and place. Like it's not even the place for that. You're in the middle of the mosh pit. She's having the time of her life with this man. It's just how I just can't understand how people can do that. It's like
it was because Wintana's next to me, and she's like, look at them. And I'm looking, and it's the most intimate, like,
situation.
What is going on?
See that? She's just like so in the zone. I'm like, how are you in? It's not even dark. That was so crazy.
Shameless.
But let's talk about the GA situation.
Oh my God. First of all,
that was insane.
Insane. Actually insane. And the thing is, all festivals have that partition between like GA and VIP. That's always been the case. But to have it to the point where like I'm seeing them like
GA is outside the venue.
You're not there.
I paid to watch them from the screen, and the screen is not. It doesn't make sense.
And another thing is, say you want to have that type of like gap. At least have screens set up at the barricades so people can see. I can't see nothing. I'm literally outside the venue.
Outside.
I'm outside. Wildness. But apparently
they're changing it. So shout out to Promiseland, you guys. Thank you for that, because I felt like that was crazy. And I think for people, like this was our first time going. For people that didn't know what it was going to be like, because I didn't know what the setup was going to be like. No. People were like, oh, we have VIP. Some of my friends told me like, we're going to get VIP because last year, like, there was a gap. And all I'm comparing it to is all the festivals I've been to. And VIP is usually like, you're closer, but you're actually like really close to the stage. You're not just like all the way out. You know what I mean?
And usually it's a small amount of people that get
literally a small gate, VIP. So I was like, oh, like why would I do that? You know what I mean? I'll get GA, we can like be around the festival, whatever. When we got there, I was like, what is this? What? Why do I see J Hus from a distance?
I can't see him.
A small, I couldn't even feel the music.
it's
I was
just
so like, and we got there so late. It was so tragic.
The first night when we tried to like rush into VIP, I died. The guy, the way he just was like, Hey.
Yeah, come on, girls. We're like, damn, all right.
I felt like by the last couple days though, they weren't as strict, or at least whenever there was like big groups of people.
Yeah.
So they were letting people in. So I'm saying like I feel like it kind of makes sense that they've opened it up next year.
Yeah.
Because maybe they're like, okay, we're taking it a bit too far. Like, but it's blessed that they listen to people's feedback.
Yeah.
Yeah. After like the 3rd year in though, like get it together.
Who was it? That guy that said that did a TikTok about how he was like, oh, GA, they're gonna let GA and VIP be in the same section next year. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw
He's
that.
a content creator.
Because he's one of those house Negroes.
This girl, bro, I literally I'm crazy.
Because what the fuck is that? Why do you care about them? Why do you?
I know
care
you
about
should be
them?
for the people.
Yeah,
be for the people. Be for
Shut
the
the
people.
fuck
What is
up.
that? Yeah. It was actually crazy. I don't know why he said that because like why can't everyone just enjoy it? And also even for the artists. For me, I feel like for the artists to experience a crowd of people in front of them, you want that. You don't want to have like a big gap and then just like other people on the other side who are kind of in and out of the situation.
Yeah, because it looks more empty as well.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Literally,
seem
but
such
even
a-
like there are certain food stores you can't even
You can't access.
Yeah, like it's just so
Commoner.
ridiculous.
I feel like a commoner.
Like you're actually the vibe is going down.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
And they can still have the VIP. You can still have something like that. Like people are paying 400, 200, whatever X amount of
Because
money
people
to get
are paying
there.
400 plus flights plus accommodation. Like that's a bag. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's a lot of money.
That's a
that you're
lot of
dropping
money.
just to go already there, just to have, like, just to not get really good.
And
like,
they're
not
also
just
changing menus, which I
regular
think is a good
access.
idea.
Yeah, it was
because
huge.
it's so massive that like it actually looks sparse sometimes. Like it doesn't look
empty.
like
It kind of just. Do you know what I realized? I feel like I don't know if festivals are my vibe 100%. I feel like they're really exhausting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like I'm more like maybe a concert or live show.
No,
person.
I like a festival. I
It's
do
for the
like
full
a
day.
festival.
So do you think you can be there from like 3 till 10?
Not at all. But I like that there's like variety, different artists.
Yeah.
There's so many people. Like a concert is so like either it's a stadium, like it's always indoors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
indoors.
Like I like that there are so many things to do. Where we're there for like 3 hours maximum.
I think that's okay.
fine.
I like that though. 3
Yeah,
hours.
like I'm
quick
happy with
in-
that.
yeah.
But
It
that's
depends
I
on the
enjoy.
artist as well, to be fair. Like if I was really into like the majority of people, because anyone who was like upbeat, any of the artists that were like upbeat, I was like loving.
Yeah.
It just like once they stopped performing, I was a bit like, ugh,
Yeah.
I'm like bored.
The
And then someone else will
in-between
come
music,
and I'm
yeah.
like, yeah. And then
Yeah.
I'm like tired.
But that's the
So-
thing, like that's why what was so good about the Jerk and Jollof stage is that when you look at like the jungle and the safari, it's singers like artists.
Yeah.
Whereas they're actual DJs.
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 I
So
wish
the
we were-
music
yeah.
is going.
You missed out on the last day, Rahel. That was
Yeah,
that
I
was
don't
my
wanna-
That was
favorite
peak.
day. But we're gonna talk
I
about
actually
it.
told you.
Shensia, you're a fucking goddess. Where's the camera? Where's the camera?
literally there.
No. Shensia. That we're gonna get into that because Shensia like I came for her. I
Yeah.
came for her.
Did you?
Yeah, I was like that was really the only one that Shensia and J Hus were the main two that I really wanted to see. I'm trying to think of if I want to see anyone else like that badly. Or Skilly Bang who dropped out.
Oh my gosh, there was 3 dropouts.
There was 4. It was Ashake,
Miguel.
Miguel, Skilly Bang, and there was one more person, Shelly Poppy.
Huh? Wait.
Shelly Poppy.
Asake, Miguel,
Yeah.
Skilly Banks.
Skilly Bang.
Oh, Bang. And who's
Bang
up? Who's
and
on?
Shelly Poppy.
Shelly Poppy.
So they all dropped out. And Georgia Smith was also someone I wanted to see. But I'm just like, again,
already
Georgia
seen.
Smith, the vibe of like festival is not really
It's
like...
not making sense.
not making
She's there
sense.
for the bag.
Yeah.
I respect it.
She's
but
there
it's
for the bag
not
and they're
the
there-
festival. Like
atmosphere.
at all.
It's not. It wasn't really like the vibe for it. YG Mali was unexpectedly really good.
He can sing.
He can, and the energy in the crowd. I think because we went from Georgia Smith, that was just so chaotic in the crowd. The guys moshing, all that stuff. That was Georgia Smith right before her segment. She
Was after, no?
Wait, what? Was
YG Mali
on
first.
Sunday? Wait,
No,
am I
I'm
tripping
saying
out?
Georgia Smith was first on Saturday. YG Mali was on Sunday.
Yeah.
YG Mali and then Shensia.
Oh, right, you're right. Sorry, continue.
And it was like just the crowd was just different. I don't know about the Saturday was weird, but the Sunday, like once he came on, he was doing reggae music. Something about reggae, I think it just gets everybody in a really nice like flow. Everybody was just like vibing. I was like, this is so weird, but it was so nice. It was so nice, and he has a really good voice.
Good, but like that was unexpected. Like you were really hyped about Shania. I just heard of her, didn't listen to any of her music, didn't really like come across her. So when I did see her live, it was my expectations were like indifferent. She blew me away. She blew me away. I was there for Tiwa Savage. I was there for Tiwa Savage, and I'm low-key disappointed. Like she was good. First of all, she's running around like running around to the point where her voice is impacted, which to me is a bit like
she was
amateur.
out of breath.
Yeah, not even out of breath. You're out of tune. You're out of everything. You're just like, it was almost like, I'm comparing it to Shania.
Yeah.
Shania had backup dancers. It just felt like everything was organized and perfectly done and executed. Whereas Tiwa Savage was like, get me my fit, play my songs, let's go.
Yeah.
Like that was it. But her songs are fire. I love Tiwa Savage, but it was, again, it could be expectations. They always tend to like
go. I feel like mentally, like I was there with you guys with Tiwa Savage, but I wasn't clocking her performance. Like I saw her doing her dancing and this and that, but I wasn't paying attention to her. To like, my mind was somewhere else. I don't know. I think I'm not like a big Tiwa Savage fan. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my God, Tiwa Savage.
Yeah, I'm not a huge, like I'm not.
Sorry.
When did you play Keys to the Kingdom?
I love her music, but I'm not like I'm there for Tiwa Savage.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
but I'm
crazy.
disappointed because
She's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, you had multiple people. Even like we were supposed to see NSG.
I wanted to see. I was
but
so
that was during
devastated.
Tiwa Savage as well. Like sometimes actually the way they paired them up,
Yeah,
It was
didn't
annoying,
make sense.
yeah.
like it was so strange because we didn't know that many people, but the people we did know was always like same time.
Yeah.
It was so bizarre.
NSG I wanted to see. I'm so mad about that because I didn't see them in Melbourne and I didn't see them in the Gold
I
Coast.
don't know
And
who they are.
I
And I didn't
genuinely
see them
love
in
their
London.
music.
Remember when anyway, like every single time
Every
there's an
single
opportunity to
time.
see them, it's like they're always on at the
Who
same
are
time
they?
as
Are
someone
they
else.
guys?
They're guys. There's like
Yeah.
a group of I think like 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah.
And they're rappers.
They're
What
so
type?
good. They're like would you
UK?
call it
Like,
rappers or like UK like
UK pop, Afro pop.
Afro pop?
Okay.
I'm just
Afro
copying
vibe.
what she's saying. It's like UK. It's like UK.
Well, it's rap. It's like grime.
Yeah, it's not grime. I feel like it's like that. It's
What
like
would you call, what would
not.
you call it then? UK rap.
Yeah, like
I
you
know
know
like they're
UK
grime
pop.
artists.
Really? Actually, let's see because it would say on their Spotify. I don't know how they describe because UK has like its own genre
It has a poppy
now.
vibe. They have like a bit of a poppy vibe.
That's nice.
Yeah, but it's still like hip hop.
Man, when we created that Spotify playlist, we should have been adding like those people.
Well, I did.
no, you
so-
didn't.
Yeah, I
Not
did.
just you. It's okay.
I actually did.
All of us.
Because no one else gave a fuck about the playlist.
Please, when did you join the playlist and what day? Tell us what day. The day before the flight.
It just doesn't.
We
say-
didn't even
just
use it
talks
though. That
about
was the
their story.
sad
Okay,
part.
yeah. Okay, components of current UK music scene, Afro bashment sound,
Okay.
all rolled into one 6-member. There's 6 of them. So it says lively diasporic Afro bashment sound and UK music,
Okay, that makes sense.
which is like It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of like that Afro swing,
Yeah.
bashment, like all of that.
I don't know.
mixed
I don't
into
even know
one.
what bashment is.
Bashment's like it's not reggae. It's like I think it comes from like the Caribbean, like bashment.
There's
kind
so
of
many
music.
like denominations.
Denominations.
I don't know. I feel like that's what it is. We'll play music later. But I wanted
Yeah.
to see them. I wanted to see them so badly. I was so upset.
I really wanted to see Boju. Boju?
Yeah, Buju.
Buju.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was on after NSG.
Yeah.
Oh, this is all that we didn't. I don't think
They were
did we
both
even
on at
go?
the same stage.
Jungle with. I don't think we,
We
went
didn't
to
go.
Jungle.
We didn't. We went to. There was also who did we miss as well? It was the same Omale. Same time Uncle Waffles was playing.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And
Omale
Omale
like that.
was like I do. I like Omale and I like Ruga. I miss Ruga because
Yeah,
we
we
were
miss
late.
Ruga. That was bad.
buses
But you know
and
the lady, the girl that was on our shuttle bus, and she was like, "Is Ruga playing?" I'm like, "I don't know who the hell you're talking about."
Yeah.
But then I realized later, the guy with the pink hair, she paid $2,000 for a ticket.
She paid. Can we talk about this? There was a VIP and then there was VVIP.
VVIP.
Very, very special person.
Important
Very, very.
person.
What is it? Very,
Important.
very important person.
Very,
Yeah.
very
VVSP.
VVIP. I was like, damn. She's like, I paid $2,000 for VVIP. I said, okay. You gotta like that.
I'm gonna be seeing her dad for this code.
Yeah, that
That's
was
the
giving
money
very
comes
much
from.
daddy's credit card because she was so young. And I was like, what do you get for that? You know? She's like, unlimited drinks and food. And then she was like, just text me, babe. Woo. She was so sweet. Like,
so
just text me,
sweet.
babe. I'll give you drinks when we we get in. Like, when you go into the VIP. I was like, okay. And then she texted me. She got my number off me and she was like, I could only get one drink for myself.
Just cute.
She's so sweet. If you,
But
I don't
she
know if
seems
you're
like
ever going to
she's
listen to
18, like a
this,
very
but
young
shout out
girl.
to you if you're ever going to listen to this. But it's like, if you were limited to one drink, I'm fighting someone. That's $2,000.
Yeah.
What?
Oh my god, I didn't even clock that. I'm getting angry.
Yeah.
I'm getting angry. Give me the bottle.
She
Give
literally
me
sent me
the whole bottle.
She
VIP.
said she could only get drinks for herself
I think she said something about limited one drink or something like that.
per person.
I could only get one drink. Because if it's like you can only get one drink for yourself, wouldn't you just say they would for you?
Well, yeah. But I feel like that's what she was saying she wasn't going to do.
Oh,
You know?
true.
Like,
I
why
didn't
the
think
fuck
that.
would she not be able to get unlimited drinks?
Yeah,
that doesn't make
that
Yeah,
much.
that's like a must.
That's a must.
Yeah, that'd be
Every time I
crazy.
saw someone with that band, I was like,
Yeah, I started clocking the bands after that. I started clocking
band?
bands.
The
Yeah.
because it was a different color.
That was another one of my cons, guys. The wristband.
Yeah, so
I
true.
don't like the fact that I'm walking around the Gold Coast with this piece of plastic on my hand.
It should
For
either
the
be
whole
electronic
3,
Time.
or
it should
like
be
a
like
lanyard.
a lanyard, or like even the material
That you can just take
wristband
off,
where
like,
you can just
yeah,
zip on and off.
yeah.
I posted a video, a Get Ready With Me,
Yeah,
and someone was like, not the club wristband. I was like, can you just watch my content in peace? What do you
That's
mean, not the
so
club wristband? I was so
bad.
offended. I was like, damn.
Honestly,
That's crazy. People are watching. So I was like, yeah, I didn't like the fact that I've got these nice outfits on. But
Have
this
these
like piece of
raggedy ass,
plastic like
yeah.
on my hand.
Yeah.
What about you, Rahel? What were your
Oh,
like
pros
pros
and
or cons? Yeah.
What are my pros and cons? Pros was definitely going out, obviously. Tequila, do the whole weekend. It kept me on a good vibe.
it really did.
Kept me on a good vibe.
Tequila Sunrise?
Tequila sunrise. Yes.
Tequila sunrise.
I loved Tiwa Savage was my favorite, but I feel
Really?
yeah, that's because I missed
The other ones,
Sunday.
yeah. You miss Sunday and you miss NSG and you miss like,
I
your
missed all the main
artists,
I
yeah.
missed all the main people I wanted to see, but
Even
she was-
Metro Boomin was good as well. Like the
yeah,
actual
but we
music was
we
playing.
walked in late.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and
saying.
we were like,
we
it's
actually
not
took
even
the
It was
piss.
also really dark. I
and
felt like
even,
I wasn't in
even
it.
J House
I
would have
don't
been
know.
good. But
J
it's
House
like we
was
were
like,
too
yeah.
far.
J House was actually really good for me as well.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. We were having a good time.
We were.
We were.
You were like.
J House. I
We
feel
were
like
having a
you
good
and I
time.
were like dancing.
Okay, yeah, we were having a good time.
I was having a good time. I don't know about you.
No, I was loving life.
Me, I don't know J House like that. So, but I
Yeah.
enjoyed. I was
Yeah.
like still.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. Is that what you were thinking? I was like on the prowl, like trying to get
You
in.
Literally, your
But I
face-
feel like by J House, we were like accepted
Accepted
it.
defeat.
We accepted defeat because Metro Boomin happened, and we were like, this is just not gonna happen.
Yeah, I feel like he would have been really good, to be fair, because I
I love J House. Yeah.
But yeah, they were my main pros, and cons was definitely some club entry fees. I feel like that's crazy, like $50 for a club entry.
We paid
Once.
We paid
Once.
for one event. I was like, what? We and Ruta were looking at each other like, how is that your con?
Yeah.
We got everywhere for free.
Yeah.
We got in everywhere for
Literally,
free.
drinks free.
Entrance free. Everywhere we went. What are you talking about? The last day, she's like, ugh, I have to pay.
I don't know, but
crazy.
we saw Busta. That
We saw
already
Busta
made me
Rhymes.
crack me
Do you know what I'm
up.
mad about? I was there during the Busta Rhymes, but I was in the back. I wish I had saw his perform. I think but apparently a lot of people were talking about how amazing his performance was.
No, do you know? Apparently, someone told me he was like, what did he say? He said the most fucked up shit. He was like, all the Aboriginal girls.
Excuse me?
That's what he said.
What are you talking about?
That's literally what he said. My friend was there for his performance and couldn't believe that shit came out of his mouth.
What are you talking about?
Literally, like, oh, my Aboriginal girls open up your legs for me.
That is just like, that's so weird.
Wildness.
What the fuck?
So no, we're not gonna be hype.
so
on
I
No,
that.
okay, I didn't hear that.
Google
How did I not hear that? How did that not? I didn't hear that at all. I
you
just
guys
heard like
in the-
Busta Rhymes. I was there, but I was like in the
Which
back
songs-
section.
Which songs would you have been hyped for? Like, what is it? The Pussycat Dolls, what's it? Buttons? What's it called?
What do I like? No, I do like
Look
some
at me
Busta
now.
Rhymes.
But
do you
what is that
mean?
Pussycat Dolls song he has with them?
No, let me pull up my Busta Rhymes songs. The fact that I can't tell you off my head, but like you know what I mean. He was a legend of his time, guys. We got.
But like, you
he
can't name a
was.
song, but you're talking about legend of
Yeah, I
his time.
can't because it's not like I was there to see a performance. You know what I mean? I paid for a performance.
I actually did used to love Busta Rhymes.
But
Yeah,
like,
Break Your
why?
Neck would have been good to see.
Him as a feature. There's a lot of features I can think of, like Look at Me Now.
Look at me now.
Look at me now. Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
no, 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 no.
No, Break Your Neck. Break your fucking neck. You have heard it. Yeah, you have. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Busta's always in like the feature songs. You're right. He's always in the features, but like he goes off when he goes in the features.
Yeah.
It's just more like I'm not like a huge fan of his work. But I would have loved to see that performance because
Yeah,
when
I
are we
would've-
ever going to see him like that again? I
Yes,
feel like
yeah.
that was Uncle's last show.
I felt like I only got intrigued about what he was going to be like as a performer when I saw him behaving like a senile man in the back of the
Senile.
club.
It was actually senile. I don't know if this is disrespectful.
Is it?
I don't know.
You know
Because
what?
it
You know
was
what would crack
what
me
we
up?
what I saw in that club was actually like, I don't know. I'm so happy I have it on video.
You know what cracked me up about him? Is that he wanted the main DJ of the night to play his song so bad, right? So he had his personal DJ like as like the middleman, the messenger. So he would grab his like DJ.
Can we actually just paint? Can we paint the scene? So this was the last night of our like time in Gold Coast, and then we went to this place. It was called Beverly, and we went to the section, and we were basically watching. We were chilling. We were actually all just chilling, whatever, having our drinks, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Busta Rhymes comes out like behind the DJ booth. He's trying to play his music. This one is like Rahel is on another planet. She's literally on another planet.
I wasn't that.
You were literally on another level,
I was,
having
yeah.
the time of your life.
I was like,
and then
"Don't speak on my
she
name."
like she doesn't even notice. She's looking. I'm looking at Busta Rhymes. I think you clocked him too.
Yeah.
And this girl's just there, like chilling. He's in front of her. She hasn't clocked it yet. And then she's like, "Oh my god, it's Busta Rhymes! It's Busta Rhymes!" And she's just like. And it was just such a crazy scene because he really just looked like, it's so weird sometimes seeing celebrities that you see like on TV or like on music videos in person. Like that's always a shock. He's there with his big chain,
Bro, his chains
grills.
were guys. It was like this thick on his fucking
Thick, heavy. And he comes out and he's just like I just saw that part. Then I see him doing a little two-step to Afrobeat. You know what's funny? What's funny to me is seeing like American artists jump onto the Afrobeat
Yeah.
Vibe,
They don't know what to do.
because they don't know what's going on.
No,
They
like
actually
it
don't know
is,
what's going
yeah.
on. Even when you go to America, it's like not a thing there yet, like it is in the UK and like now kind of here.
Yeah.
So they're just there, like for them, it's like this foreign, like you know what I mean. So he's just there, like
He's just like-
two-stepping, like doing this.
But he's not even moving that much. He's
He's
just
just shuffling to the side. He's shuffling to the side.
doing craziness, bro. Craziness.
I don't know
Say
what was
anything
going
like
on,
it.
but that was actually a highlight for me. But yeah, you were saying what was he doing?
Dude, that's when he left. Like he was there. They're like, play my music. But obviously the DJ of the night, he's trying to get everyone in, like, everyone's on a
Yeah.
vibe they're enjoying. So his DJ, his personal DJ, goes to the main DJ. He's like, can you play this song? Da, 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 da. And the main DJ is like, yeah, I'll play. Give me a second. So he'll just like, Busta Rhymes DJ will just sit there, wait for him, ready for him to play Busta's song. Busta's just watching him like, like this. And then after like a minute or something will pass, he'll just march up, grab him. Like actually
Play my song.
Play my song, like actually angry. But what would crack me up, his face is like this the whole time. Then a camera will go past and it'll be like, oh. I'm like, you fake ass nigga.
PR. They know what to
Yeah,
do. They know what to
what
do.
I swear to God, I was just literally observing him.
It's so crazy. I didn't see any of that. All I'm seeing is him dancing with this lady, this really young girl. I don't know if he was his girlfriend or whatever, but it was just
Maybe
such
in
a
Melbourne.
random scene. That's such a random scene. But a highlight for me, like we need to come back to Shania quickly before we move over.
No,
She was like, first of all, she's stunning.
No, like
Stunning.
she's pretty in like YouTube videos, music videos, interviews, whatever. In real life,
Yeah.
I was taken aback.
Whoa.
What
same.
the hell is going on here? I've never seen it.
Huh?
Apparently she's half Korean.
She's half Korean, half Jamaican.
Wild.
Wild, yeah. But she kind of looks like she's got an
Now,
Asian mix.
once you've said it, you can almost. But she's taking in so much of like her Caribbean,
culture,
like the Jamaican side that you.
You wouldn't be able to like be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, you're Korean. She's just so stunning. And also what I like about her, I feel like every artist was like performing. It really is a skill to perform because you can
For
sing, you can be like a
sure.
great singer, you can do your thing. Like Georgia Smith killed it. And I feel like because I knew some of her, like I know her songs, I was like vibing, loving it, you know, because you just feel it.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're not really engaging with the audience, it's just not a vibe. And Shania, I feel like she came on stage, and not a lot of people know her music because she is. I feel like she's not new, but she's new to becoming popular.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like people are really like in the last 4 years or 3, whatever, people started to know Shania 3 years, and she brought the crowd. Like this is the same thing that Meg Thee Stallion did years ago, where she brought people on stage and she was like, "All right, lady, like let's like." I love that she had 3 different women. There was like one South Sudanese girl, one Ethiopian girl.
She's
and
South Sudanese, but Ugandan as well. She said.
Yeah, you get. Oh, did she say that?
She did say that, but then I think they just latched onto South Sudanese. But she did say she was both. But anyways, keep going.
Oh, okay. So there was that, and then there was also a white girl. Shout out to the white girl.
Holly.
She tried her
Holly.
Holly. I remember her name.
Shout
too.
out.
Shout out to Holly because she did something.
She was the
tried
first
it.
one as well, and that's fucking jarring.
It was It just didn't compare. It didn't compare, but she. Like I could never go up there and do that.
But that's
So,
also like don't go on
yeah.
at the same
just
time.
allow
but
it.
you killed it still.
You did your thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You can't just go as far as say she killed it.
Okay.
But she did her thing. And then the last girl was where was she from?
Ellie. She said she's from Brisbane,
She
Wollongong, or
was
something
from
like that.
Brisbane, but it's like she's not. She looked like she was. She obviously was not like. She's probably from Australia, but not Australian. I feel like she looked like she was.
She's
either
like, look at her. She
Islander-
was like beating around the bush.
Bro, I was
Say
like
this,
either
can I
Islander.
not?
She was giving Islander, Solomon Islands, like
Cook Islands,
Papua New Guinea, something. You know what I
mean?
mean? She obviously me. I'm gonna ride for my black girls all day, every day, all the time. But she fucking.
But the confidence, like, mate.
The confidence, the skill. She came in. She wasn't even just whining. She was like doing something like dance.
dancing.
She's a dancer.
She's
She was a
dancing.
dancer. She just stole the show.
No,
It was
when she did the strut up
yeah.
towards like the second part of the stage, like strutting on that aisle, I was
Yeah.
like, yep.
Yeah.
She's the one.
She knew what she was doing.
She knows what she's doing.
She knew what she was doing.
I turned to Intana, I was like, I wish I had that confidence.
Oh my god! I wish I had
that.
all of them. Ethiopia, South Sudan, like whatever they
What
were.
about in South Sudan? Was she
She done the
split?
splits.
Bah.
She jumped. But I have a video of her. Like she killed it. She actually killed it. That was like so fun. You know what I mean? It's also like you're representing. I just love because I feel like the world thinks that black girls don't exist in Australia or black people don't exist, and if we do, they feel like we're so watered down.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm so grateful that they
see
would
that,
had the
yeah.
confidence to give us our moment. You know what I mean?
But that's the thing, even for like Shania to be like, yep, I need this girl, this like she picked according, like it was a diverse lineup.
Exactly.
How did she do that though? Was
I
she
think
like, I want
she went
someone
in,
that's
yeah,
like
ladies who put your hands up, and then she literally walked through, like, you know how the stage has that section where you can walk in? She like picked people from the crowd.
Even the Habesha girl, first of all, stunning, body, 10-10.
Yeah.
Killed it.
Outfit 10-10.
10-10.
She looked so cute. Shout out. I'm so happy one of them were Ethiopian.
Yeah, straight up.
Represent.
Remember we saw her?
You know what I
We
mean?
saw-
I
we
thought
were
we were going to make it. That was a representation of Melbourne, period.
Yeah.
South Sudan and Ethiopia. Habesha and like, I feel like East African is Melbourne.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Don't you see that? Or East Africa is really like, yeah, I'm gonna say East Africa is we have the most East Africans in Australia.
Yeah,
like if you go to like, let's say if you go to London, they represent more Caribbean and West Africa. But you come here, we have more East African representation.
Okay, that's a
And South.
Yeah, that's a good point.
East and South. It's like the Horners, Kenya,
What about Canada?
Rwanda. I don't know. I know there's a lot of South Sudanese in Kenya and
There's a lot of
Caribbean.
East in Canada.
In Canada?
I feel as though Indians as well.
Mm.
But that's not Africa, obviously.
And then
Anyways.
like America's just everyone.
Yeah.
Do you guys see that?
There's a lot of Caribbeans in Canada as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of Caribbeans there. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else we didn't touch on?
I feel like the stuff we could talk about is...
You know what? The only other thing I'd want to say is that I think that it was really cool being in a space where I felt like so many of the like up and coming people in Australia had an opportunity. You know, people were like DJing on big stages,
Singing.
people like singing, people sort of mingling with like big artists. And I don't know, I just felt like it felt like a good place for people to be put on.
Yeah.
And have opportunities. Because, you know, obviously people do shows and stuff here in Melbourne, but it's like having, like you said, that concentration of like all these black people from everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Also like big artists, like big, probably like execs maybe from other places, you know.
An opportunity to network and come around.
To be on a big stage, to be like seen properly and stuff like that. I love seeing that.
Yeah.
I love
also,
seeing
it was like a good place to network in terms of, I feel like there's a lot of people coming from overseas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That people you're meeting people, you're doing all that,
Exactly.
which I don't know. I just think Australia, like we're starting to see Australia tap, like the global market tap into Australia. Like for a long time, Australia wasn't getting that attention. And now I think people are starting to see there's things happening here, like talent that exists here, and they're tapping in.
Yeah. So having all that shared like internationally and stuff, I think that's really sick. And I hope there's more like opportunities like that.
Let's move on to the next topic, guys. There was, obviously we all know about what's happening. For some people you might not know, but we wanted to discuss the Yung Filly situation. So Yung Filly is a British YouTuber and he was arrested in Australia after being accused of sexual assault. So he was basically arrested in Brisbane on Tuesday last week and he's accused of sexual assaulting a woman in Perth. Which is crazy because they came from Perth to Brisbane to arrest him. He's been charged with 4 counts of sexual penetration without consent, 3 counts of assault, and 1 count of, okay, how do you say that? Impede a person's normal breathing. Okay, and 1 count of affecting someone's like normal breathing or circulation by applying pressure on their neck, which is... Insanity. So I've read that. Like I remember seeing that headline and being like, what the F? Like I didn't see Yung Filly during the Promiseland situation, but I know he's been loving Australia and been coming back and forth for a long time.
We love him here. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, like people they love him.
They love like the whole like
the beta squad. They love like all of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously he kind of rides the wave of like the hype that he gets here.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you guys think about it? Before I put my 2 cents.
I think that the fact that they extradited him out of Queensland, they have evidence. They have something. There's like to do all of that just on like hearsay is not that likely. I'm really disappointed. I feel like it's surprising. It's surprising in the sense that like I know like a lot of you may have heard as well, like throughout this year, there have been like bare women coming out saying, I've had this experience with Filly and this and that. But a lot of it I felt like was more about his personality being disingenuous. Like who you think he is online versus in real life is not the same. But like to the point of like sexual assault, rape, that was jarring. But I don't know, I guess that's my take.
Yeah. Yeah, I think same. I was so shocked when I saw it. I don't know much about Yung Filly and like Beta Squad and all of that. I'm not like a huge fan or anything like that. But I think I wouldn't say like I was like surprised. I think that he is known for having like a massive ego, and a lot of them sort of have always given me that vibe. What I've seen a lot online is people being like, oh, you know, like I'm not surprised because he's this person, you know? And I'm like, and he's So I feel like it's kind of all of these people coming out of the woodwork after these allegations have been made isn't entirely fair to me. But also I understand like there's a platform now for it. But it's like just because this guy has like a massive ego and he's like a dickhead doesn't mean that like this is necessarily what happened. But in saying that, like I'm always like believe the victim, like always, like generally, because a woman isn't going to just speak out for nothing. And for all of those people saying that she's just like money hungry or like fame hungry and
but at the same time, we don't know her name or her face. So how can she be fame hungry?
Also, it's like
And
if it gets to a point where it's like the reports have been made, he's been reported, like there's no money involved whatsoever now. It was before, maybe if she was like dangling it over his head, which we wouldn't know about, that's a different story.
Yeah.
But now that it's like there's no money involved, she won't be getting paid out for this.
No. And what type of notoriety is that to be known in that way? Like it just doesn't happen. And I honestly, I don't know one woman who's famous for speaking out on a man sexually assaulting them. Yeah. Like it's not a way to get famous. You know what I mean?
It's not about fame. I think that with that argument, some people will say like it's a money thing. Like for example, when Cassie was telling us, like I think she charged Diddy like was it 30 million to pay her out for all the damages that happened in the past, and then they went to court over it, all this stuff, and now obviously he's been charged. But it's like there's obviously like that ways that you can make money off it. That's what people are. I think that's what people are referring to when they say that. I don't think it's about like rising to fame, but I also don't think that someone's going to report them to the police to get paid.
No, that's not. I mean, I don't think that that's really how it would happen. How it would work in that way. And I don't know like the judicial system. I don't really know how it works, but I just think that's like a massive, massive reach. And like you said, like if they have this evidence on him, to charge him. To keep him on restricted bail in Australia, like all of these things, it's like, you know,
it's actually it's wild. Like when you really deep it, because I'm just like at first I think I was so like again disappointed, and I feel like I don't know what it is when it comes to like black men, and this happens to black men. I feel really like I hope it didn't happen, even though I'm not gonna argue it, and it's like again like I'm gonna believe the victim, but then. Yeah, like I don't know, there's a lot of things that came on, like a lot of things that had happened and I had heard about before, like just the way he was towards women, giving very like boysy, ego, arrogant type of guy, like you know what I mean. I think you always hear like the whole like, oh, he's just very dismissive, like if you reject him he's kind of like piss off. You know, the type of guys that like, oh fuck you anyway, like you're not that, like
but what's
whatever.
so interesting about that is like, when do you think that happens, right? When you have a someone like Philly, do you feel as though like that ego, that like can't take no for an answer, etc., comes to be after the fame and the money? Do you think there's something like
no? I think that they're like that. I think that
like just like that. It's not a transition after the money and the fame.
I feel like I feel like people who have good character have good character.
Oh, wow.
Like I think that. I think there is like an element of like money status makes you like a little bit like fills your ego for sure. But I don't know. I feel like I've seen good people be in great situations, have opportunities come to them and kind of remain the same. I've seen the other side, but then that questions me. Like I question what you were like before all of this. Maybe I didn't know you well enough. You know what I mean? It's just like you were here, so you were humble. Maybe you had like self-esteem issues because you didn't think that you were there. So you rate people based off their status. Does that make sense? So I feel like an element of him would have always been like that. Like attractive. He's like he's got a good looking face. A lot of women find him attractive.
He's charismatic.
He knows how to talk. He's got like banter. And then he's got money. You know what I mean?
But
and
that's
he's
the
got
thing.
status.
I feel like it's the money, the status, the fame that like they feed into. And then when they meet a woman and a woman is like, no, they can't even fathom why she would say no. Like I'm everything that society says makes me high value. I have money. I'm like not like I'm fit. I'm this, I'm that. It's like, how dare you say no to me? I feel like prior to that, I don't know. I just don't feel like, I feel like that thing.
Was that, I think that's what it is. Like, yeah, you're fueling your ego. But I feel like prior to that, you feel like you're not like, you might feel like you're not worthy of a woman's attention, or if a woman rejects you, you're kind of like, fair enough, because you value these things, because you think that these things make you this high value person, right? But I feel like someone with good character, with or without it, doesn't like equate their value to those things.
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's
I
like,
do.
if someone like him, who like before all of the fame and stuff, he probably still thought the same way. He just didn't think he was on that level, so he had no right to. But I still feel like there's a bit of he would have. You're still similar as that kind of person to me.
Yeah, I can understand that.
I think so. What do you think?
I think it's like definitely, I can imagine all of those guys being very similar to that, because I see a level of like toxic masculinity in that whole like, oh yeah, the boys, like, you know, and they might be cool with people like Noel, like whoever the other girls are in the group. But as you can see how he has obviously spoken to women who have come out, like he clearly has this sort of disrespect for women in general, or at least women who don't fit his status of, you know, or women that he sees as like gold diggers or just wanting to be with him because of whatever. So I think like, no, I wouldn't be. And I think that sort of culture of toxic masculinity it's apparent in the UK. Like, I don't know. Like, I think, and I always sort of felt that way when watching shows like Beta Squad. You know, they'll do those dating things, those dating shows, and just sort of like take the piss out of women, basically. Like, that's like what it is. From what I've watched, I
feel like that was like the kind of content though. Like,
yeah,
it's
I know.
like
But I felt like it was less about them taking the piss out of the women and more taking the piss out of the guys, like watching them and how like the situation,
like, and how the guys would date the women and what they
like
would
look at
say
this guy, like look what he's saying, look what he's
that's
doing.
what I'm saying. But I feel like they're just like a crew, and it's like they're just the boys. Like that's just it's like they're. I don't know. I have not watched. I've literally not watched it. I've watched clips on TikTok. So
Yeah. No, I get it.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't be surprised if that was
across the board,
that
like
was
if they're
across the
all
board,
like that.
sort of like his character even before he got famous. Because I think part of his charm is that he's very like authentic, like, you know, he's very like himself, and like he says what's on his mind, and like that could be like, oh fuck you, you're ugly anyway, or it could be like some funny joke, you know. But I think that's part of what made him so popular, and that's what makes them all popular, is that they're just like themselves.
Yeah.
So no, I think that they
They were
character
always like that.
he would always be like
was
that.
consistent.
And then
I
the
find
fame
that
like
so
made it, obviously it made it.
I think having
Raw.
money and status made it like exacerbated it, like made it more intense. But I just feel like, I don't know, I just think like your character is your character.
I don't think it's stagnant like that. I don't think anyone's character is stagnant. It's like I have these values. Say I value like integrity, honesty, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And there will be situations I'm placed in where I have to decide: am I going to do something that goes against my values for like maybe material gain or whatever? Like you're always put in a situation where you have to make a choice. So you're never stagnant. So I feel like him prior, obviously we don't know, like him prior to the fame and the money, etc. Maybe he did have those tendencies, but I just don't think it would have led to like rape and like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it was just
intensity.
intense. And also, first of all, we got to say it's alleged. Like no one, there's no verdict. There was nothing that's been like, he hasn't been charged yet. You know what I mean?
4 counts of penetration. What does that even mean?
I don't know what that means.
What is that like? I don't know. The fact that it's penetration.
Yeah, to me that means
is
like that's
vile. Like on every capacity, everything is done is vile.
It's very
strangulation.
disgusting.
This is, but like to actively like do that to someone who like does not want to. Like you're a sick human being.
You're sick, yeah.
So like it's not like a minor like. You know what I mean? It's so fucked.
Yeah. It's very fucked. It's actually very scary.
Very scary.
It's very scary.
But we really, I guess it just shows that we really don't know these
people.
We don't know these celebrities, and I guess we don't know either way whether he did it, whether he didn't do it.
But
Like
also,
we weren't there. But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, sorry, I lost my train.
It's also
It's
the
my fault. Sorry
personality
about
thing.
that.
So why you get your train of thought?
It is personality.
That's what trips me out, because he comes on like happy-go-lucky, he, like, you know what I mean? Your content is for like younger people as well. So it's like, I don't know, putting that with like that like accusation to me is also like a wild, like it just contradicts so much. But
what's interesting is like maybe going off what you guys said in regards to it being part of his sensibilities even prior to fame. It's like even the Diddy situation. It's like these people to get from like living, I don't want to say in poverty, but like just low income household to get to where you are, like even if you think about Diddy, to get to that level, you have to have maybe like some sociopathic tendencies. I mean, you need to have maybe something about you to get to that.
I don't even think it's sociopathic because I feel like some people just are on their grind. And like sometimes you have to step on people for sure. Like you have to like, do you know what I mean? It's not all buddy, like, oh, I'm friends with this. I feel like you have to be selfish. I think that's what you, for sure, you're going to see that in this industry. But if you see that,
if you're seen being selfish time and time again has gotten you what you've wanted time and time again,
gonna take the piss.
How does that's like going to rewire your brain? Like you're going to behave in ways that are like akin to that. So that is, he could have been the type of person who wasn't like that, but then again and again and again, you just see how it's rewarding you.
Or you're getting away with it every time.
Then obviously, like, that's going to now speak to who you are as a person. I don't know.
No, I get that completely. Because I think when you talk about people like Diddy, it's like his behavior was completely ignored and rewarded. Like for years, he was able to just do whatever the fuck he wanted. And I think that's how this type of behavior escalates. Like it could be just disrespecting a woman with your words, or it could be like seeing women as like objects, trying to just get stuff from you, or like objects, or it could be like, you know, just speaking down on them in general, kicking them out of parties, kicking them out of your booth. But then it just escalates because it's like you start to not see them as humans, and you start to see them as something that you're entitled to have. And then I think that's where it's like incrementally it can just, but I think behind all of that is this culture of that some men have, not all men, where they genuinely don't see some women as like people, as properly, as at least as like equal to them. And that, and I feel like, I think I saw a TikTok and someone was saying how like all these men like in the comments like defending Yung Filly, like saying like he couldn't have done it, innocent until proven guilty, It's like they maybe need to look at the reason why they're so quick to have his back is because they recognize little behaviors in their friends or in themselves that they need to like reflect on and be like, you know, that could have been me. And whatever happened in the hotel room, it could have just been like, who knows? But a lot of things characterize rape. Like even if someone's just like no, and you know, there's so many
the minute
things,
someone says no,
even if she went to your hotel room, you know what I mean? Even if she was laying there naked,
you're having sex and you take the condom off, that is considered like rape as well.
So I think a lot of
what do you mean? You can give me a fucking disease.
There's so many things to it. And the thing is, there was a girl that put out a video and she was talking about how a lot of women had spoke about this personality type of his and how they were like, we already know the type of person that he is just by seeing his personality. Because I think a lot of women, like, we're able to pick up on characteristics of men and be like, nah, he's like this or whatever. And a lot of men had just ignored it, or just acted like we were like overthinking the situation or whatever it is. And this happens and people are shocked. I don't know. A lot of people were also not surprised. A lot of comments. That's what shook me, where I was like, because it came out in Australia and I was waiting. I was waiting to see the news outlets in the UK post, you know what I mean? The Shade Bar or whatever. I was like, let me see. Then they posted it and everyone was like, not surprised. And it's like, how your own people from your own country saying that was wild.
Even Twitter, they were like, not only were they not surprised, they were like ecstatic that like the truth of Philly is coming out. Like they were just, finally, like thank God.
But that's weird. It's like, what do you know as well? Like outside of that, what do people know? You know what I mean? Because it's also like, I think there's also,
but it's also people can hate. They were just looking to find something.
That's what I'm saying. People can look at his personality. It's either you love it or you genuinely hate. You can't stand it because it's like, it's so intense.
Yeah.
So I feel like some people were also just like disliking him as a person. But
what do you think about the friends though? Like, what do you think about like the idea that within like the beta squad, whoever his main group is, how much they know and how much are they somewhat like
saying and holding back, and
Yeah.
I think that's where it comes down to, like, this whole conversation about men. You need to be able to check your boys. You need to be able to say something.
Like, what is
there was
this?
this
Yeah.
other video that of a podcaster, not a podcaster, I think he was a stand-up comedian or something. He was performing and he was talking about, bro, I don't even know if he was a stand-up comedian. I think he was just talking on stage. And he was like talking about how his friends, there was a situation where someone that he knew had raped someone.
Okay.
And there were signs that they all knew about, and I think he was talking about how he just felt sick to his stomach about how he had never said anything, and how never put him up on the jokes, never put him up on the behavior, never said anything. And then that happened. Obviously they X'd him out. It was like, we're not friends anymore, but it's like that could have been prevented. They felt like anyway, he felt it. And I feel like guys just think that, oh, whatever, man, he's just being a dickhead, or whatever, he's just talking like this, and they think it's this harmless thing, when really, like, that's your homeboy. You guys link up all the time. You're very close. Pull him up on his behavior. It's like, why are you around someone that just says that? Even though maybe you're not around them all the time, or maybe you can brush it off. But it's like, I think people think that they can, like, ignore things about people because it's not directly affecting them.
Like, they just turn a blind eye. Like,
Do you know what I mean? And
optimistic.
it's like, no, you need to be able to pull your friend up on their bullshit. I think that happens a lot with men.
For sure.
Yeah. I think it's hard for them to have difficult conversations. But it's also like sometimes they subconsciously think it's okay as well. And it's like there needs to be a big shift in, like, they think it's jokes.
It's okay. They think it's jokes, or they think it's harmless.
Some of them think it's fucked up. Some of them think it's harmless. Some of them think it's funny as fuck, you know, because they think it's just like a joke, or they think like slapping a girl's ass is like hilarious in the club, you know, or they think like talking about how ugly a girl is, you know, all of these like little things where it's like, it's weird.
Yeah.
And
So I think like both, but definitely call your friends out.
For sure.
Call your friends out. You might.
Very important, because those kind of men, they don't respect their opinion of women.
Yeah.
They need to hear it from the boys.
A man, yeah.
Which is like so fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But for the betterment of like our society, like, let them know like that is not on.
It's not on. Yeah, it's disgusting. It actually is disgusting. And on top of that, like, your career just overnight is done.
Woo.
Like, I think even if it comes out that it's not true, it's done.
This summer I saw this
'Cause
comment.
there was so many things that was just like cancelled show this,
Yeah,
cancelled with this. Like, so many brand deals
Gone.
have pulled out, cancelled, hidden the videos, made it private because he's like cross collaborated with every single person.
Gone.
God.
But I saw a comment on, I think it was on Shade Barra, and someone was like, this is a problem with men and the lack of sexual discipline. Like, even if it comes out that he hadn't done it, right, which could be the case, these men, they don't have discipline when it comes to sexual interactions with women. Like, you need
Facts.
you need to think. You know, like, you know how a lot of men will be like, okay, as women, when you dress like provocatively, if you go down a dark alley at 2 a.m., we know it's not your fault. But even they'll even say, we know it's not your fault, but you need to understand what the reality is. Like, what the reality is in this world is that there are fucked up men. So be aware of that, and don't even put yourself in a situation where you could be harmed by one of these men. In the same flip that scenario, these men, even if this woman hypothetically is lying, right? You need to, in the same way, have some sexual discipline to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand
Yourself, your career,
Everything,
your whole life.
Yeah.
Move accordingly.
Move
and
just
it shouldn't be the
smart.
reason why. Like, you should just be switched on. But it's like there are a lot of men that do that. They actually don't play about it
Because
at all
they
because they
know.
know like what it could lead to. And it's just like, I don't know. It was just, it's so stupid.
I just feel like there's so much lack of discipline in that regard. Like, they'll tell you, go to the gym. They'll tell you this, all these things for men. But the most important thing they need to have is like
discipline and respect.
Sexual discipline. Have some respect for women. Have respect for yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if you start off from there, you're not gonna have these issues.
Yeah. Yeah. And all for what? Like, literally.
in a fucking night. How much money did he make at Promiseland for that to now
All
be
your bail money,
your bail money,
and
your
all your brand
lawyers,
deals. Like,
your legal.
he would have lost so much money, and it's so crazy because I remember there was a video I think of Chunks and Nella and him were talking, and they were like, oh, he was talking about like making money, and like basically it was about like I think it was about making money and living for today or whatever, because tomorrow's not promised. And he was like, it's like all these deals, all these things that we have, all of this stuff, tomorrow could be gone.
Who said this?
Chunks was saying that. He's like, you got to live for now, you got to spend like now, you got to do everything as if it's happening now. Make your bread, make your deals. Don't relax in the moment too much, because tomorrow it could be gone. And they were both agreeing with each other. It's just wild that it's like, really, that could happen. Like, you're in an industry where it's like done. You know what I mean?
But imagine, like, how bad is it that it's done because of your own
mess up,
your own fuck up. Like, you're an idiot.
Yeah. You're actually an idiot. And that's something you have to live with. So I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I guess we'll see what happens like in the like time to come. But it was a wild allegation and like situation that's happening.
For sure.
All right, guys, final segment we're going to move into. I'm going to give you these paddles. Next segment is called bitter or sweet. Basically, the way it works is I'm going to give you a scenario and you guys are going to vote bitter or sweet. Bitter meaning you agree. No, bitter meaning you disagree. Sweet meaning you agree. First question. First scenario is bitter or sweet, taking your shoes off in the club at the end of the night.
In the club.
In the club.
In the club. No.
Feet like...
Guys, the pain I was in
The
on that
last
Sunday
day?
night.
The Sunday
I've
night?
never felt anything like that
I had
in my life.
the fattest foot when I took my shoe off. Bro, it was like throbbing.
You have to
my
suffer.
My feet were suffering
You
and I
have
was
to.
walking like... Big bitter.
Big bitter.
Big bitter. I want to buy those, like, I think I want to buy like those disposable slippers. You know the ones, have you seen those like styrofoam ones that people have and you get them at nail salons?
She's
Like
actually
sometimes
not
they
okay.
give it to
She's
you.
not
Could
okay.
you imagine like folding them and putting it in your purse at the end of the night, you just slip them on when you physically
I
can't
might as well
walk?
bring sherbet. Same
No, but
shit.
these things roll. They will roll into like a little ball and you just put them in your purse.
It's like what surgeons wear.
Yeah.
Huh?
Like the
Have you seen them when you go to the nail salon? Sometimes they'll give it
Yeah,
to you, like the good ones. They don't want you to walk around barefoot.
They're actually so funny.
It's so funny. They'll be like, wash your hands, please. And then like your toes are still drying. So they'll give me like these little plastic slippers. I actually would buy that for like nights out.
I can see that, but also
It's such a good business plan for
I
anyone.
couldn't at the same time. If the material's too thin,
No, I
I'm
don't
actually
care.
feeling the ground.
I don't care as long as my foot is not touching the ground.
Your feet will be clean, yeah.
The cleanliness is one aspect. The other
what if you
aspect is
step
I'm
on something
feeling
fucked?
it. I'm feeling everything on the ground. But I know what you mean. I know what
if
you
it's
mean.
not wet and it's like
Yeah.
if the ground if it's dry, and I don't care if I'm feeling a bumpy concrete road. It's better than like literally sometimes I can't walk.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna take
I know.
these shoes off, but I physically like I'm like limping.
It actually ruins my night.
Yeah. I can't stand it. It's so
It
crazy.
pisses me
If I
off.
physically can't walk, I just take my shoes off.
Never. I can never do
I can't.
If
I
I,
can't.
literally couldn't walk.
No. The
If
Sunday,
it's a bit painful, like very painful.
Sunday was agony.
that. Yeah.
Really?
Actual
Agony.
agony.
You know, my foot was like fucked. It was so swollen, but no, I can't.
But you know the best feeling when you take it off and you just do that one.
The one, oh my God.
Oh my god, that shit's like
Up the middle of your foot.
just like this. Oh,
Oh my God. Oh my God. I just
That's
remember
heaven.
lying on that couch when we got back and I was like, remember we caught our
Margarita?
flight? I was so hungry.
hungry,
I was
bitch.
so
Hungry
hungry. And we were calling the Jetstar, Virgin Airlines to like change the flight. And he's like, can you please let me your flight number? And I'm like, E for elephant, M for margarita. Ruta's like, you hungry, bitch?
She's hungry, dude.
I was so hungry, man. I just wanted that margarita pizza in the fridge. Okay, next, bitter or sweet? Shooting your shot on holiday, bitter or sweet?
What do you mean?
Why would that be bitter?
Well, you know how people like shooting your shot is bitter?
As women, you mean?
As women, shooting your shot, yeah.
I don't think it's bitter. I would never, but I don't think it's bitter.
But on holiday,
I still wouldn't, but it's not bitter.
on holiday, it's very much sweet. On holiday, it's very like, The whole like cutesy, like, oh, I'm too.
Why can't I be cute in
Doesn't
Melbourne?
exist. Doesn't exist. I'm outside on these holidays. I'm outside on the streets. Are you joking? It's so much, and it's so
Nah,
fun.
I
As a
can't.
girl, it's like the energy that I have, the vim, the like confidence.
No,
I
you're
don't
right.
care.
You're right. But I feel like that same energy, that same vim, the men are experiencing too. Like, approach me 100%. The way that they would approach in Gold Coast
Is
They
different.
It's
are.
different.
They are.
It
But
was
it's like if they don't
different.
see you, because right now it's like I'm really relying on them seeing me. I'm relying on them. Like I'm relying on a lot
But
of
if you
things.
see him, he sees you.
Yeah,
You can-
I guess so.
he
But I
can
feel like
see
they're
you.
just shy. I don't know. I feel like if I'm in the Gold Coast, when I'm away on holiday, something about me being like flirty and like fun and
I can understand. I can understand that. 100%. But I don't know if it's a pride thing. I don't know what's going on up here.
Yeah.
But to walk up to a grown man and initiating that,
I'm very much for shooting my
yeah,
shot.
definitely sweet. Like maybe bitter about it. Maybe I'm just not mature enough for it. Sweet though.
What about you?
You just need to. Definitely.
Sweet, yeah.
What do you mean? You
Yeah.
just need to. I think it's a pride thing.
Yeah, definitely a pride thing.
Let go. You need to let go. It's not that deep.
I have like a line to say, but I'll just get cancelled off this
Say it.
podcast. Absolutely not.
Okay. Last one is, this one's funny. Being a groupie on holiday.
I was Rema's entourage.
VIP entourage. What do you mean? Do you know what made me laugh? Me and Ruta were talking, and she was like, "There's pretty girl networking, and now we have to network for business." You know what I mean?
Network and then there's business.
There's like business girl networking. Do you know what I mean? And it was just like, yeah, true. We need to like, how do we make the switch? Because you know what I mean? We can get into the room, and it's giving
different.
groupie. It's giving like, oh my god, we're here for the vibes, like, you know.
And then there's business.
And then there's like, take me seriously.
Exactly.
I'm actually here on business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was what is it for you being a groupie on trips?
what do you mean? No worries.
So bitter or sweet?
Sweet.
Why would I give a fuck? Like, I honestly,
not that deep.
like,
It's not that
there's a difference to them coming to your city.
Yeah.
And then you're just like loitering around them.
and stuff,
There's another thing
100%,
where you're
yeah.
at a festival, now I'm gonna get free drinks.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna like enjoy my night.
just
Now
a
I'm not
vibe.
gonna be cramped with people. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to actually
be in
enjoy.
the VIP.
You have
yeah.
space.
Yeah. Like there are genuine benefits. I don't give a fuck. After I walk in, you think I'm checking for these celebrities?
Yeah.
They're over there
I just
now.
wanted to get inside.
I'm getting inside
Yeah.
now, and I'm getting the drinks,
Yeah.
and I'm dancing, and I'm gonna come. I have couches. I'm comfortable.
You're actually so funny.
Yeah, there's like a little bartender. serving
Yeah.
drinks. Are you serious?
Like this is the thing. I think sometimes
strategic.
no, but that's the
Yeah.
thing. I think there is a misconception that it's like I'm here to be like, oh my god, where's Rama? Where's Busta?
Yes,
Like, I don't give a fuck
where it's like I'm not gonna be here like waiting for them and looking for
Yeah.
them, but it's more like the idea of just getting like
The
There's
benefits,
benefits. Yeah.
the benefit that they get, we're getting in there.
Yeah. What do you mean? Free stuff.
Yeah, I'm for it too. But I'm definitely
Look at her.
like
She
the
was
whole.
like, she was
Nah,
about
I'm
to do
for
this.
it,
She was
man.
about to
Anything
do
to get me in.
this.
But once I'm in the door, like I don't want to be considered a groupie.
Yeah.
That's not what
I
I
know
would
what you
want to
mean.
be.
I
Do
get
you know
it,
what
I
mean?
get
And
it,
it's like
but
There's a
we're
way,
not like
I
I'm
feel
not.
like you're a groupie when you are doing all that.
When you're
trying
doing
to
groupie behavior.
Hover, like,
Hover around
feel like
celebrities
like
and
a
stuff.
fly.
And like recording, like
It's like there's a difference. I feel like we were in and we were just chilling.
Yeah.
Just gotta play it cool.
You gotta play it cool.
You
She's
gotta be
right.
Like, yeah, I know what you mean. Right, like under the radar, yeah.
And then it's like you just don't know where it could take you. Like you're talking to someone, this person's like, oh, I know this person, this person. And then you end up in like some lit thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm with you guys. Being a groupie. Let me not even say groupie. Just
I think this is the
getting the
language.
VIP access on holidays, disguised as a groupie, and then shape shifting.
Shape shifting.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm here for it 100%. That wraps up our episode, guys. I was about to, English is failing me. Stutter. That wraps it up. That was so much fun.
It was.
Thank you guys so much for jumping on. How do you feel?
I feel good now. I feel like
Do you feel like you warmed up once you were in the
I feel like
actual?
this warmed me up.
It took you 2 seconds to relax. I don't even.
No, just
She's
relax.
being
start
nervous.
talking. And then
No,
she
but
just, like,
relax is different externally and internally.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Very
That's
different.
very true. That's very true. I felt good. That was easy.
Yeah.
I mean, fun, easy. I can't wait to see the videos.
Period. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like I said, I knew you guys were going to love this episode because why wouldn't you? Obviously. But thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys again next week. Oh, make sure you guys subscribe, give us a rating on Spotify, and I will see you guys again next week. Bye.
Later.